Evan Carmichael is an author, speaker, and YouTuber who Gary Vee called the content DJ that inspired people. He went from making $300 per month and being introverted and shy to having 300 million people watching his YouTube videos. So today, let's learn the difference between success and failure. Mentor me, Evan! Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Raise your environment.
Your environment has been perfectly created to keep you exactly where you are. Everything around you, your friends, your family, the media you consume, all keeps you exactly where you are. If you want to raise your standards and raise the quality of your life, it starts with raising your environment. So here's a story I haven't told in a while. When I was building up my YouTube channel and I closed my first multi-year deal with a big brand, it was with a CEO, high-powered CEO, one of the largest companies in the world, especially in the entrepreneur space. And it was gonna be me and him on my channel every month answering questions from you guys, from the audience. We did a live stream every month. And it wasn't me interviewing him or him interviewing me, it was both of us talking about a certain topic and then taking questions. And I remember driving with my dad, he was getting a new car, and we had this long drive out. For whatever reason, the place where we wanted to buy the car was super far away, and so it gave us this chance to talk in the car, and I just told him about this new deal that I had signed. I remember him asking me, Evan, what gives you the confidence to feel like you're on the same level as this guy? And he didn't mean it in a negative way. It was in a more awestruck way. It's like, man, look at where you've come from, because my family is very humble. Like, you have to be very humble. You have to appreciate what you've got. And so how am I now? How do I see myself on the same stage as this high-powered CEO, being his equal, answering questions? And the question took me aback, and I thought, you know what? He's right. I mean, if this was Evan of 5 years prior, I would have felt not worthy. I would have felt like I couldn't do it. I would have felt like this is too big an opportunity for me. Like I couldn't be the guy to do it. So what changed 5 years ago to where I was at that point? It was my content, it was my channel, it was all the videos that I'm putting up, because in my head, it was a big deal in that this is the largest deal I had signed for 3 years, but more that I'm around Oprah every day, and Dan Pena every day, and Kanye West every day, and all these people every day. And so I feel like I'm with them. And so this CEO deal wasn't that huge a deal because I had changed my environment, right? I'd raised the stakes in my environment, and that raises your standards. And so I realized, man, this is crazy how important my channel is to myself, at least to my own growth. If it's not to you, at least to my own growth, because you often can't see it on a daily basis. I could not pinpoint the one video I uploaded or the one day that I felt, this is it, it's happened. But if I look back over a 5-year period, a 1-year period, a 6-month period, even a 3-month period, think about who you were 3 months ago. If you're invested in yourself by watching these videos or reading books or anything else, if you're investing in yourself, even just look 3 months back and think, have I grown? How much have you grown in the past 3 months? You may not see it on a daily basis, but with months and then more months and then more months and then years, if you keep on the path, you'll see some tremendous results. You may not even recognize the person who you used to be. And that's why it's so important that you raise your environment. I'm gonna give you 3 ways that you can actually do it. Step number 1 is chart your start. And this is the importance of having a morning routine. This is what most people don't get. Everybody wakes up the same. I wake up the same, Dan Pena wakes up the same, Bill Gates wakes up the same, Oprah, everybody wakes up the same. The difference is in the habits that set them up for success. The difference is that most of America wakes up like an accident. And you pull out your phone and you're just responding to the emergencies, other people's demands for your time. That's what most people do. You wake up like an accident. More important is to chart your start, having a morning routine that sets you up for success. What is the thing that makes you soar? What is the thing that makes you feel bold, confident, alive? And then put that into your morning routine every single day. If you woke up and did the thing with intention that made you feel bold, confident, unstoppable, alive, you did that every day, I guarantee you, a year from now, you're gonna look back and be a totally different person. Chart your start with your morning routine. Step number 2 is build your bat cave. I'm a big believer in that the physical environment matters too. So it's not just about the habits and routines, it's the physical environment. It's what you wear. I feel like Batman putting this on. It's the expression that you have. It's the physical environment that you have. It's what's on the background of your cell phone and your screen, right? All of these things make me feel like a superstar. It's been designed with intention. Do it for yourself. This office might not be for you. You might walk in here and say, That sucks. I hate all of it. Great, it's not your office. People often write to me though and say, hey, can I buy the pictures that are behind you? Well, they're not for sale, but like this is me when I'm 8 or 9 with my parents. You want that picture hanging on your wall? Like build the thing that gets you feeling bold, confident, unstoppable, alive. These people all mean something to me. The Doritos bag means something to me. The awards here mean something to me. Even standing up at a standing desk, all of it's been designed. I built my bat cave. You're a superhero too. Build your bat cave so that when you walk into your office, when you go into the environment that you can control, it's inspiring, it's uplifting, it reminds you of who you want to be. And step number 3 is to use the words, tell me I suck. This is one of the greatest lessons that I learned in my life is whenever I'm going to talk to somebody who I think can teach me. There's somebody who I'm gonna meet face-to-face or on the phone or email that I think can help me in some way. I'll start by saying, tell me why I suck. Tell me why I suck. Tell me why I'm the worst. And the answer that always comes back is, well, you don't suck, but if you did these 3 things, you'll get better. So why lead with the tell me I suck? It's not because I like pain. It's because it gives permission to that person to be honest. Because most people can't handle the truth. And so when there's advice coming to you, most people will hedge it. They'll hedge the truth. They'll tell you a really soft version of it because they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to offend you. They don't want your feelings to be bruised. And so when you lead with tell me I suck, what it does is gives them permission to be honest because the only way you grow is through the honest feedback. And so the next time you meet somebody who can help you with something, whether it's your YouTube channel, your speaking career, your next book, you're giving them your manuscript, your painting, whatever idea you have next, tell them, tell me why I suck. Tell me why this is the worst thing of all time. Let me know, be honest. And that permission for them to be honest will give you the truth that you need to get better.
Also, if you want to have more confidence and motivation, check out our 254 series. The link is in our description below.
Find whatever the smallest first step is, and then the smallest next step is, and continue to build those steps. And when you look back, you'll have realized that you made some pretty significant progress.
Successful people take responsibility for where they are in life.
One, to get a little bit more credibility. If you're just getting started, people may not know you. There's still a little bit of a cachet around having a book with a major publisher.
Rule number 2, do difficult things.
When you hear the words difficult, scary, or hard, that means it's go time. Look at yourself in the mirror. Go look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, why are you not making more progress towards achieving your goals? If the answer coming back to you is difficult, scary, or hard, then you have to do it because you love hard. Think about it. What's the opposite of hard? Comfortable. Do you want to stay in your comfort zone all day? Do you want to wake up and photocopy the same day that you had yesterday over and over and over again? Everything that you want is on the other side of difficult, scary, and hard. And it's time you reclaim your life and go get it. So I just came back from speaking in Phoenix at an event with Brendan Burchard, Dean Graziosi, Eric Thomas, amazing group of people, 1,500 people in the audience. And I was talking about YouTube and why you need to get your message out on YouTube, why it's the only place where your content lives forever, why it's the only platform that actually pays you to create content. You're a thought leader, you're an expert, you've got wisdom that can save lives, you need to get it out there. And I asked the audience, who's been wanting to make a video for more than a year? And then more than 2 years, and put your hands up. And there was a woman, beautiful woman in the front row who said, it's been 5 years that I wanted to make a YouTube video. 5 years I've wanted to make a video, but it's difficult, it's scary, it's hard. I said, come up on stage. And we brought her up on stage, and I said, why do you want to make a video? What's your message? Who do you want to talk to? And we walked through the process. And listen, everybody's afraid. Everybody's nervous. Everybody is scared that they're going to make a video, nobody's going to like it, nobody's going to watch it, and they're not going to get a result, and their friends are going to laugh at them and make fun of them for sucking in front of the camera, right? Everybody's afraid of that. It's been 5 years since you wanted to make a video. Give me your phone. I'll be your cameraman. And right now, in front of 1,500 people, you're going to make your first video. And then the audience starts freaking out and going nuts and clapping and cheering her on, and her heart's now beating out of her chest even more than it was before. Already being called up on stage is nervous enough. Now she's got to present her first video in front of everybody. And I told her, just do this. Close your eyes. I had her face me with the audience behind. Look at me. Close your eyes now. And I just want you to think about her message is all about helping young women. So think about to when you were 12 years old and you were struggling. Think about that girl. Think about who she was. Think about what she was going through. And what would 2019 version of you go back and tell her? What's the message that the 12-year-old version of you needs to hear? And when you're ready, I want you to open your eyes. I'm gonna press record and you talk to your 12-year-old self. She opened her eyes and gave a beautiful message. And then everybody behind all freaked out. We clapped her and she went off stage. And when she sat down, I said, hey, you better make sure you post that video. We spent a lot of time on working on that together. You gotta post, and she promised she would. She did more in those 5 minutes than she had done in the past 5 years. Because she was telling herself that it was too difficult, that it was too hard, that it was too scary. I don't want that to be you. I don't want that to be you thinking about, you've had all these ideas that you wanted to work on for the past 5 months, 5 weeks, or 5 years, or maybe even longer, but you've been too afraid to jump. Just imagine another 5 years. You've let yourself off the hook for the past 5 years. Now imagine another 5 years and another 5 years. You still being afraid, and you still not taking action, and you still being exactly where you are. At some point, it's gotta be important enough. So I want you to train yourself. The difficult, scary, or hard, that means it's go time. Now I've got a 3-step process that I think you can follow that should help. Let's go. Step number 1 is watch your words. You need to watch your words. Watch the words you're telling to yourself inside your head, but also the words that you're spitting out loud. Whenever you hear difficult, scary, or hard, come back. Go to the mirror. Ask yourself, look at your list of goals. You got goals, ambitions, dreams. You want to go off and accomplish them. Go to the mirror and ask yourself, why are you not achieving them? Why are you not more successful? Watch the words that come back. And if any of them, if you ever hear yourself say difficult, scary, or hard, have that be like an electric collar shocking you. Go time. Now I have to do it just because I said those words. That when I say that it's difficult, when I say that I'm scared, when I say that it's hard, that means I have to move forward. Teach yourself. Watch your words. Step number 2, tell your friends to catch you. I think we play small by default. I think we play small by default because we're afraid of judgment, we're afraid of what people are gonna think about us, and so we naturally play small. I think it's baked into us. We're afraid by default. And so tell your friends. You're trying to catch yourself, awesome. When you hear it, do it, but tell your friends too. Tell the closest friends you have, to the people who hang around you, your coworkers, anybody who's in your life. Tell them, when you hear me say difficult, scary, or hard, I need you to call me out. I need you to call me out and say, you just said it. I said what? You just said it's scary. That means it's go time. Have your friends around you hold you accountable for the things that you want in your life. And then step number 3 is take immediate action. Now what are you gonna do? Because if you don't do it, if you recognize that you're afraid of something, and you're not just telling yourself some reason, some logical reason that you actually buy as to why you can't do it, but you recognize that it's just fear talking. If you catch it, then you have to do it. It's better not to catch it. It's better not to catch it and just live in ignorance than to catch it and play small. If you catch it, you have to do it because otherwise you're if you catch it, then you have to do it because otherwise you're teaching yourself that you suck. If you catch yourself being afraid and you say, I'm not gonna do it because I'm afraid, you're teaching yourself that you suck. Other people might let you off the hook. Other people with lower standards than you will let you off the hook. But you're telling yourself, I suck. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. You can't allow that to happen. If you catch it, if you catch yourself saying difficult, scary, hard, if your friends catch you saying difficult, scary, hard, then you have to do it. Teach yourself. You're the kind of person who takes immediate action. Whether it works out or not, whether you get a result or not, whether you fall on your face or not, that's not what I'm worried about. It's did you try? Did you show up? Did you get into the arena? Did you try your best? And if you do, that's what you start celebrating. Because self-confidence, self-love comes from doing difficult things.
And rule number 3, the last one before a very special bonus clip, is match your action with your ambitions.
Your actions have to map to your ambitions. In a one-off situation, you can always be grateful for what happened. When I broke my neck in Colorado, I'm grateful for the opportunity. The opportunity to learn, to push myself, to get better, but did it map to my ambitions? right? Whenever you're stuck in a one-off situation, you can, yes, always default to gratitude, but if you get the choice, this is the difference between living an intentional versus a reactionary life. If you're just grateful for everything that happens to you and see it as a journey, yes, and you've learned, yes, great, but is it the journey that you want to be on? It's a journey that will get you to where you want to go. Because if the person who wants to hit the town ends up on the farm, maybe he's not happy. Maybe that's not his ambitions. Now, you might say that actually served him. That is something that he should have gone down, right? Every road leads to somewhere. But is it the road that you want to go down? Do your actions map to your ambitions? I think it's really important. The guy who climbed the tree, amazing, right? If his goal was to be there fastest, to take the shortest path, that's the path he should take. And yes, he was right and the others were wrong. He was right for him because he wanted to take the shortest path. Do your actions map to your ambitions? You have goals. Look at your calendar. Look at how you're scheduling your time. Look at where you're spending time, what you're doing it on. Will the actions that you're taking lead you to accomplish the goals that you're trying to go after? If yes, amazing. If not, switch things up. I think too often people have hopes and dreams and desires and ambitions, but then their schedule doesn't match up. You say you want to do this, but when I look at your calendar, it doesn't show me that you're doing it. If you want to have a YouTube channel, show me in your calendar where you're making YouTube videos. For too many people, it's never. You're just not doing it, ever. So then it just becomes a hope, a dream, a wish, a someday. Someday's not a day of the week, right? You got to put it in your calendar. Make sure your actions map to your ambitions.
Now we got a very special bonus clip that I think you're gonna love. But before that, if you're still watching, we want to celebrate you. If you promise to take action after watching this video, give a hashtag believe in the comment below. We want to celebrate you.
You have Michael Jordan level talent at something, but instead of being world class at that thing, you settled for being just above average at something that you should not be doing. Albert Einstein once said, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will believe its whole life that it is stupid. That's most people's problems. You are a fish, and you're trying to climb a tree instead of going and being great at swimming. This is the exact problem that I am on a mission to solve. So I recently had a young entrepreneur come to one of my Toronto Q&A meetups that are free that I host every week. And he said, Evan, I have a problem. I'm trying to decide between what my parents want me to be, which is an architect, and what I feel a yearning towards, which is being a musician. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to decide. I don't know how I'm going to be a success as a musician. I don't know how it's going to work out. And my parents want me to be an architect, and there's this clearly defined path for how to do it. And he's afraid. And I think that's so many people. There's this safe, perfect path that has been designed that people have done forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Or there's this new, crazy, messy, unrealistic, unsafe, unsure path, which is following your passion, being an entrepreneur, and trying to figure out where you're supposed to go. Here's the thing. If you only go down that safe path, if you only take that job, if you only listen to your parents or other people and you do what they want you to do, you're always going to be unhappy. You're always going to know that there was this thing inside you that you could have done, that you didn't take action on, and you hate it. It's never been easier to actually be yourself and build a business and have success being uniquely you, right? This was not open to your parents and definitely not your grandparents. The ability to be an entrepreneur on the side, making money using your phone is something that your grandparents don't understand. It's totally wild. And so you are a unique individual, right? You are, I am, we all are. You have unique interests, personality traits, belief systems. You're unique. You need to do something unique. If you are unique, you need to do something unique. If you're stuck doing the same thing that somebody else wants you to do, you're never going to be happy. Now, there may be some alignment. You may not absolutely hate the job that you're at, but you know you're capable of more. You're Michael Jordan. You are the Michael Jordan of something. You're a genius, an absolute bona fide genius at something. This is why I think it's the world's greatest problem. This is why I do what I do every single day in making this content and videos for you, because I want to unlock people, hopefully more than one at a time, but even if it's just one person who watches this video and gets unlocked, I'm pumped. Because I think if everybody is off doing the thing that they are a genius at, man, I want to live in that world.
If you want to learn how to become your true self, check out the video next to me. I think you're gonna enjoy. Much love, believe. We will see you there.
Most people play small and live a life of regret. I want to put pressure on you today to step into your fear and step into your potential.